So I called an air conditioning place to find out what it would cost me to have them come out, look at the AC, charge it up so I get cold air again. Holy crap. Okay, I'm in a small town and they're going to charge me $85 to come out and look at it. That's fine. If you wrap that $85 into the price of fixing it, what's wrong with it, or even charging it? But just to the privilege of coming out, then they wanted to charge me a road tax. Otherwise, they wanted to charge me for the drive time also, plus the $85. But wait, there's more. I go, okay, so we find out that it doesn't need anything. It just needs to get charged. Okay, it's been like 5 years or whatever. And be honest with you, I never serviced it either year, any of the years. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to pay for that mistake. But I'm not going to pay them. Okay. Okay, so I asked, okay, if you have to charge it, you know, what will it cost? And they told me $165 a pound of Freon. So I go, well, how much does this usually, you know, how many ounces or pounds does this take? And it could be up to $2,000. Seriously, $2,000 for them to charge up a used old piece of junk that just doesn't work very well anyways. It never really did, to be honest with you. It's one of those they put the cheapest thing on, you know, to sell the house. I said, to heck with this. I'm going with a mini split. I've installed them before. Anybody can do it that has just common sense, okay? And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how to install it. And we're doing a 2-zone installation. 2-piece. And I think you're going to like this. Like I said, this is something that you can do yourself. If you just watch a video, I'm going to show you how. Now, don't be afraid because, you know, be honest with you, most all of these units, now we bought this one because it was in the mid-range. Okay, it wasn't the most expensive and it wasn't the cheapest. It came pre-charged, and so all you have to do is make sure you vacuum the line, and by the time you're done, and I'm going to show you the tools you need, you're going to save money doing it yourself. And I can sure tell you, I should have done this in the beginning. These mini splits work and work well. You'd be a fool not to do it. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you have any questions, please put them in comments because I will answer them. I want you to be able to do it yourself because that's what this channel is all about. Building stuff. This isn't exactly, I didn't build it, but I'm going to show you how to install it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up the Senville air conditioning, climatized premium mini split air conditioner and heat pump. Okay, it's a mouthful. Actually, all we're going to do is we're going to open up a 12,000 BTU head unit. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, and we'll show you what all it comes with. And as far as this is cool. If you guys don't have this, it's a ceramic blade and it doesn't go any deeper, and you got to hold this in for opening up boxes. Great thing to have, by the way. I'll put a link in the description if you want one. Okay. Alright, has a neat little cardboard thing here, doesn't mean anything. Okay, what it comes with inside is a nice template for the actual bracketing that's going up on the wall. So you'll want to keep that, its exact measurements of everything, the holes you need to drill, the whole bit. So keep good care of this and don't bend it until you're done. Okay, air conditioning remote control illustrations. Then you get this nice book. Books. A user manual and an installation manual. Installation manual, always good to have. And it's just, you know what, guys, this is just kind of a not set in stone thing. Okay, this here is for your warranty. If you install this unit yourself, you don't get a warranty. They're very easy to install, and I'm showing you that now. But you have to fill this out, or if you have somebody else install it, you have to have a certified air conditioning tech, HVAC tech, sign all this, put his numbers on there, then you can send it in for your warranty. And it's, I believe it's 12 months. But I'm not worried too much about it, because the way these things are built, they work fantastic. So I don't, you know. Okay, now we got all that. We're going to set this stuff aside for now. It even gives you batteries. And here's your mounting screws for your plate. We're going to go and keep that out. Let's open this dude up. I like this. Hold one side, get rid of that. The package is really good. Alright. We're going to go ahead and lay it on the back at the moment. But this is the unit. You're going to have tape there. Use it. Alright, so you can open up this top here. Here's your screens. You're going to put your actual filters that I showed you right here. Then inside here is where your electrical connection is. What you're going to have to do on this first before you go on, before you're going to put it up. Set these all back in. Okay, let's turn it over. It's really pretty light, so you can go like that. A lot of them tell you to take the plastic case off. You don't need to. That's all there is. Okay, so well, I'll just show you this real quick. This is the plate that's going to go on the wall, and it's really easy. It goes up like that, so it'll hook on this here, on these, and then it will be able to, so you can just kind of put the unit up there and just hook it. It works great. They really thought it out. Now this is not a DIY system like Mr. Cool. Okay, Mr. Cool is, they're all DIY systems if you ask me. But this is not considered one. But they are all pre-charged, usually. So make sure you check that. Let's go and get it wired up. So we have that going for us. Okay, as you can see how these are, just like that. And you want to go ahead and run them in, then go in all the way. That way the screw is going to go and hit that part right there. And there you go. As you can see, I use this little block here. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but I put it in anyways. But yeah, you just want to make sure you got your colors exactly the same. Put your ground where it says ground, and 1, 2, and 3. So that way when you get out to your outside unit, everything's going to be good. We're going to go ahead and put the cover back on, and alright. I said this is how that goes in. You're going to fill it. It has a little bit of a tension to it. So you're not breaking it. It just, that's what it has. It has little goozers on there. Sorry for all the technical terms. What I want to do is we're going to go ahead and take this back out like that. That's the way it's going to go into the wall. You're going to take these off. And what this is going to do is it's filled with nitrogen. So if you don't hear hissing when this comes loose, there's a problem. It isn't holding. Start unscrewing it. Maybe. There it is. Hear it? There you go. If you don't get that, you might want to get this system, the unit checked. Now I'm just going to put it on just to cover it so it doesn't mess it up. Now take this like this, and you can run a little tape around it just to hold it, but you want to go ahead and nylon tape this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tape this, but hey, first, do me a favor, put in comments, you know, if you're thinking about getting one of these, or if you're thinking about, you know, that you might not be able to install it, or what have you. Put in comments. I answer everything in there, and I'll be more than happy to answer any question you have. I've done a number of these, so if you would, go ahead and put that in comments. And also, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing, and I'm giving you free information and free stuff. Even free plans and stuff like that. So if you would, and give me that thumbs up. Alright, let's go and take this up. This is your drain line, right there. You're going to hook that up on the outside because this is going through the wall first. Otherwise, if you're laying it down, you're going to have to do it inside, then run the drain line out. We're good to go. Let's get it through the wall and we'll show you that part. This is how that's going to go. So see how it matches that. What I like to do first, I'm going to go ahead and put nails in each one of these holes. We're going up here, where they say screw points. But what I'm going to do first though, I'm going to go ahead and mark that. Give it a little bit of twist so I know on the other side that's where I'm going to be putting that dude in. Okay, so those are all your main holes that you're going to be using. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this one because this is 16-inch on center. I got stud here and a stud here. So I'm going to go ahead okay, now's the time we got to cut into the hole. This is the scary part for anybody. Now get a good quality hole saw for it, whether it be the 2.5 inch or the 3.5. I'll put a link in the description for the ones that I use. They seem to do really well. All right, get that pilot started. Hole number one. What I like to do is kind of just move the, so it doesn't get caught up in my bit. Okay. Now with this one, you want to go at an angle. So when you put it in here to go out there, just kind of down, just set it down just a little bit from the inside hole. Make sure you're centered up. And there we go. Okay, I cut it, and you can cut this with a utility knife. You can cut it with a chop saw. It's just plastic. It's no big deal. Okay, so you know we did at an angle, so we got a sharper point down here. Let's make sure that's gonna be bottom. Yes, set it in there. Now this outer ring really doesn't mean a dang thing. But it may help a little bit when you're pushing the stuff through. So we got our bracket up, we got it into some studs here. We also made sure it was level. And this is all set to go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the unit and we're going to get it placed in. Okay, now here's the kind of awkward part. Let's go ahead and shove the wire out. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take this like this and go ahead and start feeding it through. Okay, then you just push down and you're all set. That easy. Okay, with the unit, you're going to get a box like this. This is called a line set. Okay, but in the line set, you're going to get these wires. Now these are all set for, you can buy this at Home Depot if you want. You know, it's just 4-wire. Has those connections on one side and these on the other. This one goes to the head unit. These are the ones that are going to go to the actual outside unit. So, but you get that. You're going to get this, which is a drain line. It's just plastic. This is your line set. And I'm going to show you how to unroll it and so forth in just a little bit. Be aware that some of these line sets, the tubing is a little cheaper, a little thinner, so it may kink. Okay, so you have the line set. Make sure you keep the covers on them. You won't be needing that just for a little bit. Okay, everybody, since we installed everything inside, I'm going to go ahead and show you how we did this outside. Okay, first we need to measure out and put the bracket where we need it. I'm going to find the studs and I pre-drill for the lag bolts that come with it. Then I'll do that for 4 different slots. Once you do that, you find the one, you go ahead and you level this out to make sure that your unit will stay level when it's on the bracket. Here I am tightening that like a madman. But yeah, here we go. It's all set. We found you know, like I said, you put it into the studs so it won't move. You want to go ahead and slide on your actual carrier brackets. Let's go ahead and get the other one. We'll slide it on. Then we kind of get it to the right where we need it so we can lift the unit into place. Now this is a heavy unit. So what I did here is I 2-stepped it because, you know, you just got to find a friend or even your wife to go ahead and lift it up. And what you do is you go ahead and you start by going to the first plateau that you set up. That way you can kind of get your feet under you. Next thing you do is you're going to go to the next one up. She's pretty strong. And then finally we're going to go ahead and we're going to get reset so we can safely put it on the brackets. As you know, I took the heavy part on the side there. Anyway, so this is how we got it set up there. It's a heavy unit. That's why I wasn't real thrilled with the brackets. But here you want to go ahead and make sure that you are setting it level from side to side. And then again, you want it level from front to back. That way you get it all set and you're all ready to go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use this cover set that you don't need to use. We can get the box all the way open. It's going to be the same as that one over there. Now this is the one from the bedroom unit coming in. But this is what's going to cover your lines coming out into your unit. But you don't have to do it with these. You can always build something around it. But yeah, you need to protect it. So we just get one of these because it's easy and it's relatively cheap. So I'll have all links and stuff in the description of all the stuff that I'm using. So okay, let's go and get this put together. Okay, we pre-drill these. What you
you want to do is take it and make sure it's below here, because you're going to have a sleeve that's going to be right there. That it's going to, so that way you're not going to be into this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll get it started installing them. Okay, we got all the base done on it, and it's going all the way to right here. We'll put an end cap and just run it free from here out. Okay, plus if you can manage this, is to put your hole right here in your corner, so you have it coming down, and that's where your drain line is going to come out and just go into the ground. If you can. If you can't, go ahead and run it down at a slope all the way out. Okay, first, remember that these are real easy to bend, and they are real easy to kink, so you got to be careful. You're going to go ahead and do that. Hold one end, just keep rolling it out as you go. That's going to help it to come out as straight as possible without any curls. And okay, you're dealing with 16 feet, so good to have an extra set of hands. Next, you want to make sure you have this put in here, so you can hook everything up. It's going to be right about the same. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it before I put it up there. And then I'll just come back and wrap the rest as we go. Okay, let's get some of this short roll. Okay, now that you got your line set ready to go, you want to go ahead and get them screwed in together to the head unit that's inside the house. Use 2 wrenches for this. Hold the top one to the unit tight so it doesn't move, and then turn the other one, the nut. Do them both and make sure they're snug. Don't over tighten, because you can split it. Okay, here we go. This is how it needs to go in here on a bend like this. I got my drain tube coming out here, and what you want to do is this line right here is the small one. This is the bigger one. The bigger one tends to kink more than the small. So if you do it side by side like this, put the big one or the small one on top and bend this way with your thumbs, it'll fit right in there for you. All right, let's get her done. So what this is it has hooks. So what you want to do is you want to grab one side, take it over, and it just snaps into place. Then you're going to put your end cap on, like so, and screw it in. Okay, and some of these units, this is how it comes. Let's see if I can get this off here. This is the size of the port. This is the size that comes on the line. As you can see, it doesn't fit. But make sure, let me put this one back on. This is just a plug, because I'm only using two heads. They gave me a 3, but that's cool. But they give you an adapter, so make sure that you have these. It's just an adapter. It brings it up to the size that you need on the hose, as you can see. Okay, let's get to bending that hose in there. Okay, so I'm gonna need to bend these hoses, as you can see, like this, to hit this port here. You want to go ahead and separate these. Then you can actually just take your finger and just run it along most of the time to crack that open. And you just take it like that, because you want to keep as much as you need to, but this way you can do that, set it back aside, so it's out of the way. And we'll do it for the next one. I'm trying to do this one-handed since I'm holding the camera. And just kind of shove that back out of the way. Okay, now you have your lines out. Now it's going to be a little bit easier to bend them into the place you need to. We're going to go ahead and cut, and we're going to go ahead and flare it, and I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, if you want to get flares like this that are nice, this one here actually is a factory flare that really isn't all that great. It's kind of offset. We're going to go ahead and show you how to make some of the best flares that you can make with this item here. I tell you what, I love this thing. It's really a great item that you can use that has all the different sizes, of course. We'll stay on the half for a minute. And what this does, if you look at this right here, which is really nice, see these bumps? I'm pretty sure you can see those. Okay, what that does, it actually smooths out and helps from cracking the flare. So you can actually crack these pretty easily and not even know it, which is going to cost you a whole lot more once you do that and have to pay for another line. Okay, another cool thing is when you have this open like this, and say you're going to insert your tubing, because this item here is down, it has a stop right there. And what that does is it says, okay, I'm good to go. Bring that up, and that stop goes away. Then you just tighten this down, like so, and then put it in front, grab your handle. I usually do it with my other hand the other way, but that's alright. Okay, and it's going to take you to where you're just going to snug, where you know you're kind of bottomed out. And then you go ahead and remove it, unscrew this just so this will pop out of this little holster, and there you go. I didn't even clean this one up before I did it. Gave a nice flare, even flare all the way around. And like I said, you can do this. You can do this, and you can do it with all these different sizes. Most of them are going to be 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch if you're doing on the HVAC. So that just turns like that, and this one down here turns. And there's your stop. It really works great. I'm going to have a link to this in the description, because you're going to love to have this if you don't already have one. And it's one that you can buy. It's compact. You don't have a bunch of pieces that you have to put together. You just slap that dude in there and just give it a crank, and you're ready to go. Pick yours up today. This is the Yellow Jacket 60-2078, made in America, and just works great. So I would say get one of those and one of these and put it in your toolbox. Alright, first you want to go ahead, like I said, get your lines where you want them. They bend relatively easy, so you're gonna guess about right there. That gives you a little to play with. You want a good pipe cutter with a nice sharp blade to get this in here. What you want to do is you go ahead and just barely get the wheel started. then twist a little bit at a time. Alright. What you're trying to do is just let the wheel do its work and not leave you a bad cut, so you don't have to mess with it later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the fitting you need. Back off this. And we're going to go ahead and put that on there and flare it. But I need to clean that up a minute. And always keep your tubing downwards so nothing falls inside. And you're just going to scrape out the outside. We're good to go. So, okay, now that I flared the tool, or flared the line, put it on your, just like that, so you can bend it in the way. Take this and just finger tighten. You know, a lot of people want to put lubes and all that kind of stuff on there. If you have a good flare fitting, it's not going to leak. But if it makes you feel better to do it, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this one cut and we'll get it done. Always use 2 wrenches. You hold the one so it doesn't move, so you can twist the other. And you want to snug it up. You don't want to over tighten. Okay, so I hooked the gauges up. What we're doing is we're going to run this down and vacuum the line out. The blue goes to your first port. The yellow is going to go to your actual pump. Now you don't need a real special pump or nothing, but you want to go ahead and take this down. We're going to go ahead and let it run for about 15 minutes, then we'll shut it off and see if this needle moves. And if it does, it's already below 0, so we're good. But if it does, then we have a leak in that line. Then we'll go ahead and test and see which one that is. Okay, everything looks good. This is the second line. We went ahead and checked and did all these here. Wire is hooked up. I have a bottle of, we go like that. Put this one back on. Like so. This is line A. There, right there. I'm gonna take this. And open it all the way up. Take this, get her cracked. And as you can hear it, like it or not, I like to spray it a little bit more. Make sure there's nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, so that one's looks to be good. Okay, now as you can see, this is a 3-head unit. I'm only going to use 2 heads, and what happens is when you hook these up, okay, on a single head unit, all you're going to do is you're going to undo these and you're going to screw them out like I showed you. And what happens is then your Freon goes into your system. Okay, now since I have a dual head, or actually a 3-head, but I'm only using 2, is the Freon isn't released from here, but it's released from the main one up here. So when you're ready and you make sure that you have no leaks down here or in your lines, you come up here and you do the same thing as you do down here, is you take these caps off and screw that out, and you're releasing the Freon. And that's how you get that to work. That's how you get this to charge these lines. Now, as you can see how the wiring goes, you're going to match exactly what is inside the indoor units to go onto your 1, 2, and 3. So make sure that you have it exactly 1, 2, and 3, the same colors to the same post. That's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about, you know, which color goes to what. Just make sure it matches the inside. Okay, as you can see here, look at the grounds. They do have a specific place to put those grounds. Do that, okay? The main power coming in, you see it goes into the unit's ground. That's what that grounds off of. So be sure to do that exactly that way. It's really hot out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and we'll finish this up. And I'll show you what we did. I'll show you what the temperatures are inside. Okay, it's going now, and I'm going to show you the temperature of it, and I think you're going to be surprised. But just I don't know if you can even hear it. Yeah, it's really quiet inside. But I'm also going to show you what I paid in electric from one month to the next, from the month we didn't have this to the next month after. You're not going to believe it. Okay, here you go. As you can see, the month prior without the new mini split was $322.99 for the month. But as you can see, it went down considerably. $117.53 is what I paid the next month. Now you're thinking, okay, well, it got cooler. Well, it was 2 degrees cooler. And we ended up for an average per day from $9.79 to $3.92. That's just the way these work. They are so efficient that you won't believe it. Install one for yourself. I just showed you how. If you can give me a thumbs up on this and maybe share it on Facebook, it will help others do this. You know, it's your non-competition. It's kind of nice to do that. It's good for me and it's good for them. It's good for you. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.